So what I'm doing with an old Volkswagen Golf, it's that thing over there, I'm turning it into this thing over here. The thing is, Volkswagens and most cars, they don't actually have chassis, so I'm building an actual chassis here. So I just got some RSJ, they're quite heavy. In fact, these RSJs will balance out the engine. It's a 1.6 engine on the front there. So if there's no wheels in the back, for example, that engine is not going to tip over because of the weight of those RSJs. The main reason I'm using these RSJs is I want to be able to get the wheels at the back to slide forward up to the front wheels. And the reason behind that is when it's been towed. So I want to take the weight off the back of the tow hitch on the 4x4. If it's right up the front, the 4x4 has a 550-pound maximum tongue weight that can go on it, and already with nothing in this thing, it was weighing in around 350 pounds. So it doesn't leave much to put on it. So what I'm actually making is a trailer that has the ability to drive itself, believe it or not. There's a reason behind that. I need to be able to get access to a particular area, and there's no way I could bring in a 4x4. So even if I could bring in the 4x4, there's no way of turning it around. So this is really a purpose-built trailer with an engine that will drive the two wheels at the front. They're doubled up there as well because I want to stop this thing from sinking as well. So anyway, the main thing is these RSJs, which look like overkill, are actually doubling up as guide rails. So I've got these things here which are just fabricated together just with some basically box iron and some bearings, and this will actually fit into the side like that, and it will allow those to roll up and down. Okay, so when it's self-powered, the wheels will be forward, and when it's towed, those wheels will push back. And I'm going to be incorporating some suspension into it as well. So already I've taken the suspension out of the Volkswagen Golf and just made up this mechanism here just to support the wheels. It's quite heavy, that engine, but you know, it's strong enough to be supported by the way I've set it up here. It'll also have a steering wheel, and it'll have the gearbox. So that's just the gear stick. I have actually already had this running, but the wheels in the first release of this thing were right at the back here. In fact, the suspension was just where I'm pointing to now. And it worked pretty well, but as I said, it was just too heavy. This is the frame that I've made up as well for the actual trailer itself. So I've just taken it off. It's just made out of angle and wood. And there's all the floors as well for it. There's the mechanism for the clutch and the brake and the actual accelerator. So everything from the engine the original engine is in here. I don't have it wired back into the actual relay system. So you know, there's a couple of relays in there that, you know, help you start the thing, like warming up the glow plugs. Diesel engines, you need to warm up these glow plugs, otherwise the thing won't start, no matter how much you crank it. But what I just do is I just jump a wire from the battery just to the glow plug connection, which is here, where I'm pointing to now at the moment. And then I also have, this is the cable which is driving the fuel pump. So I just connect it up to the positive on the battery, and then I just jump start it. There's a starter motor down there, and I just power it up. So that gets the thing going, but I have to obviously keep the radiator and the container for putting in the water. There's this is a turbo 1.6 diesel. There's the fuel, the air intake, This is the fuel pump. It will be fixed directly to the bar here, and then it'll be fed into the diesel tank, which is on the ground here at the moment. That will go straight into the middle of the trailer, out of sight, underneath the floors. So, there you go. So, as I said, this thing has been running before, but I just needed to redesign it. The rails were actually much further apart at the back, and the RSJs were further apart at the back than the front, but obviously that's no good for running along the back axle along tracks, so I had to push those in, which basically meant I had to just angle grind off these bits of metal that I had holding the whole thing together, and gear sticks together and everything like that. So that's it. It looks crazy, but it really actually fits the job of work that it's designed for. And I'll show you in the next video when the whole thing is up and running. Okay.